So then guys, we have a bit of a problem with the BMW 650i, but fairly confident I know how to fix it. Before we get into things, as usual, then do me a massive favour, hit that thumbs up button. It really does help me out and it shows your appreciation. Now then, I took the car for a wheel alignment because I noticed the steering wheel was slightly off to the right, so I thought, well, the toe is probably out a little on the front. Now I have a printout, and this was on a Hunter 4 wheel alignment machine, which are very good, very accurate. And this is the before, so this right here is all of the fronts, this is the rear, and this is the fronts after, and this is the rears after. Now you may be looking at this thinking, why are these still in the reds? So when they do a wheel alignment, this red should turn to green. As you can see, it has done there. So the front toe was in fact out, and now it's bang on in the middle. However, on the rear it's still out, and I don't really get why it's actually got worse. The camber was in on the rear before, and now it's out, and again the toe has got worse. I can only assume that they haven't affected the toe at all, but they've tried to alter the camber and they've actually made the camber worse, which in turn has made the toe worse. So this side kind of looks okay. Maybe they had some luck with this side. However though, they did say that the bolts had seized. Now it's a very common problem. Basically on the toe and on the camber adjusting arms on pretty much any BMW of this era, so say early 2000s to 2015 or so, the eccentric bolts, which is essentially a bolt with a washer on, and it's not a regular shaped bolt. When essentially you turn the bolt, it then forces the arm to either move in or out, thus creating more toe or more camber accordingly. And essentially what happens is the bolt gets seized into the bush, and I think that is what has happened. So I'm gonna have the car up in the air, I'm gonna get the wheels off, I'm gonna try and remove those bolts, clean them up, try and grease them, take it back for a wheel alignment and see if they have any success in getting them to move, because they did say they was absolutely seized solid, and I've had this issue before. It's a very common problem, so if you're having a similar experience, maybe you've took your car for a wheel alignment and they're having no joy adjusting the rear, then watch this video and follow along. Right then, so previous owner, they didn't install just one locking wheel bolt, they installed two locking wheel bolts. I guess they really didn't want these wheels to be stolen. Which, I get it, these wheels are pretty expensive, I guess. I mean, the tyres are, well, they've got to be the best part of £1,000 alone, so yeah, I understand it. Good to see that the wheel bolts themselves are not over torqued. Oh, and that's so lovely as well when the wheel just falls off like that. You haven't got to get a huge sledgehammer and keep slamming at it. Right, okay. Fingers crossed, this should be quite an easy job. This arm here at the top, that's your toe adjusting arm, that's your eccentric bolt, and there should be a nut on the end. So I'm going to try and get a regular spanner wrench on the end and then undo that end with an impact ratchet, I think. But yeah, it's definitely seized into there, that's why it's not moving. Right, so I managed to get the nut to move, put the 16mm wrench on the bolt, and then I've got a ratcheting spanner or ratcheting wrench on the nut. And it seems to be in doing now. There we are, that's the nut removed. Now if I can just push the bolt through slightly so that the washer head on the bolt is away from the subframe, I should just be able to whiz the bolt out. Kind of want to be careful though, you don't want to snap this lug off, so it is only aluminium. Right, so I should be able to get this out now. Right, there we go, that's the bolt removed, and to be honest, it's not actually the worst one that I've ever seen. It's not that bad, the threads are relatively clean to be honest, but still, it was pretty stuck in there. So I'm going to give it a good clean up, a good load of grease, put it back in, tighten it up, and it should be good to go. There we are, much better. Let's get some grease on this, a good load of copper grease. And not only will this now never seize again, it will make it a lot easier when it comes to adjusting the wheel alignment. And as you can see, that eccentric bolt, washer and nut is now all back in place. I've just tightened them down. Now I must point out, if you are planning on driving the car for a good amount of distance after doing this, then ideally you should mark the bolt and the casting just so that you can get the toe in the same position. I don't particularly mind because I only have like a mile or two to drive to get my wheel alignment done, so yeah, chances are the toe will be way out now, but yeah, I'm going to get it aligned straight away anyway. But that is the toe arm bolt removed, cleaned and greased. Now we need to do the camber, and it is on this lower trailing arm here, and it's that bolt right there. So same again, we need to remove the nut and then the bolt, clean it all up, give it a good grease and reinstall. This nut here is a 21mm and then the bolt is an 18mm. There we go, that is that bolt removed, big old bolt, washer and the nut, and again not that badly corroded. I've seen these bolts where this section right here is just fully white, I mean like fully corroded up, and that's what actually stops the bolt from turning. It's not the threads necessarily, it's this section of the bolt which, like I said, it corrodes inside of the aluminium bush, stops it from turning, so you can't adjust the toe or the camber. But yeah, again, we'll give this a clean up, a good grease, get it reinstalled, and that's this side done, ready to go back in. And with this side now done, I've also went ahead and done the exact same on this side as well. This side wasn't seized at all, managed to get the bolts out nice and easy, but still removed them, still cleaned them up, still greased them, so they can't ever seize in the future. Okay then, so all that's left to do now, get the wheels back on, get the car back on the ground, take it for another alignment, and they should be able to do it now. Hopefully this video has been helpful. Hopefully you've been able to solve your BMW wheel alignment issue, and yeah, it's really not that big of a deal. In the past, I've been tempted to replace those arms and replace those bolts. You really don't need to. Obviously, if the bushes and the ball joints on them are worn, then, you know, replace them. The car's only on 102,000 miles, which you may think that's quite a lot. It's actually quite low mileage for one of these. And yeah, all the bushes, all the ball joints are absolutely fine. So remove the bolts, clean them up, give them a good grease, reinstall them, and yeah, should be good to go. Right, I'm not going to waffle on anymore. Hopefully you've all enjoyed this video. Hopefully it's been helpful. Give this video a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you have not already done so, and we'll see you all in that next one.